starts dominating the paint, and you guys had a couple of turnovers and missed easy shots?
Well, first I want to congratulate the Grizzlies on a fine job. They were the better team, and they played better than we did for that stretch of 6 games. I thought their athleticism, their strength, their size really hurt us offensively. We couldn't, get a lot done. Really had trouble scoring against their defense, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. So I'm obviously saddened by the loss, but I'm happy for them and what they've accomplished. It's been a while, and for the city and that kind of thing. So congrats to those guys. To answer your question, down the stretch, Zach was great. Conley hit a jumper, then Zach scored 3 times in a row, and some of them were tough shots, but they did it, and they've done it in other games. So they finished very, very well.
Pop, Tim Griffin from the Express News. What did you talk about Antonio McDyess's performance tonight? And did he get hurt during the course of the game? Something happened to his neck?
Well, yeah, he got whacked once, and he's a pretty tough kid, so it was a legitimate but tough blow. And he came out. He didn't want me to even take him out at the time, but I thought he better at least sit for a minute and make sure he's okay. But he did everything he could against Zach. He couldn't play him more physically or tougher, and he did a job.
Coach, Greg Gaston, Sports 56 Radio in Memphis. Obviously, three-point shooting is a big part of your team, and you hit 5 tonight, but they did a pretty darn good job guarding the perimeter. Can you talk about the job they did do against you guys and trying to prevent the threes?
Well, that's part of what I just said as far as the defense is concerned. Their athleticism really hurt us. They closed out very well. They sagged in the paint and were still able to close out on shooters, and that's a credit to them. That was a big factor in us going from the #1 field goal percentage 3-point team to shooting 31% going into this game tonight. I was real impressed with their D.
Pop, you've done a good job the first 5 games.
Thank you.
Your team had done a good job the first 5 games of the season, or first 5 games of the series against him in the paint. What did they do differently this time that made it so tough for them?
They played their ass off. I don't know. They were great. Zach was great. Marc Gasol's really underrated. He busts his butt down there. He gets positioned. He really goes after the board strong. He's physical. They did a wonderful job.
Ron Higgins commercial appeal. In the past, some would have called an 8-over-1 an upset, but now with the parity is starting to tighten up. Was this an upset?
Well, I think most people would probably think that, but they don't understand the West. We split with them during the season. All of us basically split with each other, I'm sure, to a large degree. So it doesn't matter what your seeding is in the West. As has been evidenced year after year. We all know that everybody's basically as good as everybody else all year long. Even when we had the best record, I tell people, well, I think the best team in the West is the Lakers. They say, yeah, but you have this record. I said, that's not what that means. We're all pretty darn close to each other.
Reggie Walker, E+ out of Jackson, Tennessee. I wanted to just ask you, a lot of the experts and analysts throughout this playoffs have said this might be you guys' last run or last stand.
You didn't believe that, though, right?
Oh, no, of course not. No, I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on that.
I don't think in those terms. When next season comes, we'll go to training camp and we'll go play. You all think about those sorts of things, but coaches and teams don't do that. We just go play.
Pop, you think this team needs a major overhaul to be able to challenge for a championship?
We just lost in the first round. I'm not going to think about overhauls. I'm going to get a bite to eat and maybe have a Gatorade. That's what I'm supposed to drink, right? That's what the
Nice.